So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in a Asda petrol station because I've just put petrol in the Touareg. Do you know what I didn't actually include in the review of this, and it's silly of me not saying this, but a little bit of inside scoop for you. If you are after one of these, when you come down to the petrol light, usually in a car it's what, 20, 30 miles say, it's about 100 miles in the reserve tank, so in the red. Very odd. I've never experienced that in any 4x4, any other car. I keep coming into, you know, what is in theory the reserve tank, or at least the please refuel light comes on, but there's 100 miles range and it is genuinely odd. I have never experienced that in a car, so a little bit of inside scoop if you're after one of these, or any maybe 4x4 from this era. I don't think Audi Q7s do this, or the Porsche Cayennes. Let me know in the comments below if you have either of those from the same generation, but it seems to just be these. It's very, very odd. Anyway, out of the petrol station, today's topic, as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about the used car market. Not necessarily the new, because I don't do a lot of new car stuff on here. I try and focus on more budget, or at least really good deals on cars, because, you know, anybody can go out there and finance a car. Yes, that's cool, but finding the deals, finding the cars that are, you know, like this one today that ticks all the boxes, it's fantastic. I am thoroughly enjoying my VW Touareg experience. It has been great, but that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about the rest of the car market. I am a firm believer of watching what's going on as a business, especially with cars on YouTube, and understanding and watching from afar. I will say at the start of this video, I am no used car, new car guru. I'm just giving my thoughts on the market, why I maybe haven't gone into a finance or a PCP since my BMW M4, and asking the question, what do you think is going to happen next? Let us know in the comments below. What I'm going to say in this video more than anything is just my views of the car market, how you're spending your money, how people are not spending their money, how they are spending their money, and how I'm doing what I'm doing, how I want to go forward, what I've been doing since my BMW M4. If you guys may remember, I had a 2015 non-competition BMW M4. Fantastic car. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with that car, owned it a year, and that was the whole plan, own it a year and sort of dip out of it. And thankfully, when I did dip out of it, the market started to readjust. Now, COVID, as we all know, did hike the prices on a lot of vehicles. A lot of the ones that I was lusting over included like your RS range in the Audis. A lot of Ford RS products were, you know, a lot of premium. The M cars had gone up as well, so there was a lot out there, but it was at a very inflated price. A lot of people jumped in, you know, finance was, you know, it was good. It was the time, you know, it was right to finance a car. You could get into one relatively okay when I bought my BMW before. So we're talking about, say, 2 years ago, and the market is started to readjust over the last 3 months, I'd say, especially on the higher end of the market. This is just my personal opinion. From what I'm seeing, I dipped out of my M4 at the right time. I did have a sinking feeling of losing money on that car was coming. It was going to happen. Now, this is just my personal circumstances, but I can't afford to lose 5, 10 grand on a car like that. I don't know about you guys out there, if you can justify that. Me as a business, I can't justify losing that 5 grand. So thanks to the guys at Havant Car Company, we were able to come back out of that car. And going forward, yes, I was looking at the market. Yes, I was thinking, APR rates, yeah, I mean, they're starting to increase a little bit. The demand, there's a lot of cars out there, but they're still a little bit high. Do you know what? I'm gonna wait. If I'm gonna get something really special again, you know, like an M car, an RS car, whatever, I'm gonna wait it out for 6 months at least, just to watch what's going on in the market. The last thing I would want to do as a business is buy something with a large deposit and then subsequently lose that large deposit in the coming months. And I feel, as a person that likes cars and would finance something and maybe do a loan on something, that's what's happened. That's what's happening in the market. That's what's happening generally. You look at the Range Rover market, yes, that's a very extreme version of what's happening, but the new ones come out, so the older ones are, you know, starting to depreciate a little bit more, and then people are nicking them. People are, you know, parting them out. Whatever's happening, they're just getting stolen, they're getting, you know, exported. Whatever's going on with them, the insurance has gone up in, you know, large cities, it just means that the whole market then, you've seen a huge downfall on them vehicles. And I am a big Range Rover fan. I am yet to buy one, and that for the simple reason is that I don't want to lose the money. Maybe that's me being stingy, but at the moment, as I sit, I think I would rather have some cheaper cars around, like I have at the moment, enjoy them, have what I have in them, maybe lose 500 quid to £1,000 a one. You know, that's YouTube life, that's my life, but I don't have that monthly payment, and I don't have that anxiety of something with a large maybe balloon payment or a large car loan on being worth less than what it's worth. The biggest thing I'm talking about today, more than anything, is when you come out the other side. Buying a car is great, but the buying is when the problems start. If you put, you know, a large deposit on a £30,000 car that's £200-300 a month, sounds great. So you're 10 grand, 12 grand is a lot of money. You don't want to come out the other side with a balloon payment of, say, 18 grand. The car's worth 16 after your 4-year term. I can't do that. I can't be the guy that takes that brunt of it. I am, of course, talking from personal experience as usual. I can't do that, but it opens up discussion in the comment section. Would you do it? Are you doing that right now? Are you in the position where you're looking at, say, a Porsche Macan is coming past? That is, you know, a fantastic car and a good representation of what you're able to get in the market for, say, sub £30,000, just maybe mid 25. That is a prime example of a car that was holding its value very well, is still doing very well on the market. But a car like that, is it about to have a downfall like the Range Rovers or the M cars, because the new ones have come out, the new Macans come out? There is a facelift of the one that's just driven past. I'm currently driving past, you know, a car dealership right now, and there is so many small cars for £10,000. The luxury game, everything there was, I reckon it was under 15 grand, 100%. So you're 2 grand in, £200-300 a month. You'll lose all that money. You'll lose it. You know, you'll lose the deposit, you'll lose the monthlies, you'll lose the APR, whatever, and you'll come out the other side with a 6 grand car. That's okay. It's not as bad because there's less financial risk there, but I can see, and I see it on forecourts a lot, the prestige market has taken an absolute whack at the moment. I still feel little cars like that, like a, you know, Toyota Aygo, or you know, your little city cars, a C1 maybe, they're all sort of similarly priced still. They're not huge deductions in the market, which is promising for everyone out there that just wants a car. But for us people out there that want something more than that, that want maybe a bigger engine, a more fancy interior, or a prestigious car in the model range, it means that we're going to take the brunt of the cost. You look at 911, you know, the 911 range, maybe a 911 Turbo. I was looking around the market, and yeah, they were holding their money for ages, and then they've started to just dip and dip and dip and dip. You look at your McLarens, dip, 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 dip. It's, you know, if you're not buying the right one, and don't get me wrong, it is down to the right car as well, you're going to suffer. Now, that is just speaking from my point of view. Of course, my point of view is usually wrong. I am full of waffle, and I buy cars because they are cheap, not because I want them. So if it was my money, yes, I would have a nicer, fancier 4x4 for daily commuting and driving around to shoots, which is what we're doing today. But I just can't, in my heart of hearts, as a petrol head fan, lose the money on a car like that, unless it was a be-all and end-all car that I was going to keep for such a long time. But you know how it is. A lot of people out there, including myself, do like to dip in and out of cars. So what do you think? Am I touching right on the market at the moment? Am I talking a load of waffle as usual? Am I right to be telling everyone to go and buy a £2,000 to £3,000 daily driver and just sit tight for a minute? Or should you go and buy, or loan, or PCP, finance, lease bigger cars, these 20-30 grand cars that, yes, are very nice? Do you want to take the plunge though? Do you want to write yourself into an agreement and watch them fall in price as the APR, yes, does level out? So do the prices of the vehicle itself, but the loan doesn't. The actual money you owe on the car is still there. I was talking to someone the other day that had a BMW, I think it was a 430D. He'd bought it on finance through BMW Finance, and he'd had it post-COVID. He'd bought it and, you know, went in to swap it in the other day, and it was worth less than his car loan. And he literally sat back and was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I can't pay to sell my car. I can't give someone money to take the car off my hands. That's ridiculous. And this is what's prompted this video more than anything, is talking to different people in the market, you know, the used car market, the new car market. Although the new car market, new cars are still coming through, and the used car market, there is some mega deals out there. There's that funny bit in between, say your 10, 15 to 30 grand range, or maybe even more than that, but I don't try and get into that side of stuff because I worry about how much you might actually lose at the top end. And I love a deal, I'm not gonna lie. It's a funny market. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for sitting through my waffle today. We'll see you all on the next one.